Hi guys, welcome back to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Karate Kid Part 2. And I definitely made the right choice to, watch this movie again. Since they're going to be, because I got some information that they're going to be having some storylines, well, I know I've seen a character from this movie who's going to be in season 3 of Cobra Kai, so yeah, it was definitely a good idea to watch this movie again. I'm not really sure about, I feel like, because what are they really going to do with, because I know that they're bringing back a character, John, the sensei, in season 2, since I'm catching up with the series now, because season 3 of Cobra Kai came out in January 1st on my birthday, and I'll probably get to that season by, I don't know, like the 12th of February or something, because I'm going to be starting season 2 after this review. Watch the first episode, and then after I'm done with season 2, that's when I review part 3. Yeah, but I feel like some of the part 3 storylines might be in season 2, so I don't know if I should watch. Nah, I'm just gonna watch season 2 because I have seen the third movie before anyway. But yeah, let's just get into the movie now. So yeah, basically the story is that Miyagi's father is ill, and he wants to go back to his country to see his father. But then I guess Daniel Luso wants to go with him. But before then, like basically after they won the All Valley tournament, well, Daniel basically when they was leaving, Johnny's sensei John was, I guess, abusing him. So everyone could see, like, just the way how he reacted to losing, man. And then, Mr. Miyagi, out of everyone, wanted to, I guess, step up for Johnny. Even though, like, Johnny is not really a great guy. Like, you could tell that the real reason why, Johnny's like that is because of his master, John. Like, the way how he was treating him in that moment. And how he's probably treated all of his students. So Mr. Miyagi wanted to teach him a lesson. So he kind of gets into a fight with the Cobra Kai master John, and he just dodges, like Mr. Miyagi just dodges his attacks, like he just keeps smashing his hand into a car door, like through the window, and his hand's just like bloody. And then Mr. Miyagi just finishes him, but not like finish him like that, more like a prank finish him, where he just like honks his nose and leaves him defeated. And we do see him again in part 3 with Buffalo or something. But yeah, we'll get to that when I talk about part 3. But yeah, and that's kind of how we leave off things with those characters until the third movie, because Mr. Miyagi needs to go back to his country to see his father since he's dying. But Daniel wanted to come with him, so he's not alone, because you could see that he's not feeling too good, and he'd probably be grateful for Daniel to come with him. So yeah, once they arrive, I guess there's like a old friend of his who's probably not as fond of Mr. Miyagi with how they left things off. So I guess I'm going to talk about this part where the reason why Sato, basically a friend of Mr. Miyagi's, well, I should say ex-friend. I guess I could say that. Basically, I think they had like they were supposed to have a fight, and in this country, when you have a fight, it's like to the death. But Mr. Miyagi didn't want to kill his old friend, so he left, and he just got called a coward after that for not killing his friend. But yeah, and that's when Mr. Miyagi moved to the location of where Daniel's, well, because Daniel moved as well, but it's the reason why who's in that place in the first movie. Also, one thing with Daniel's mom agreeing for him to go with Mr. Miyagi, because this is not, well, it's been like a few months since, in this timeline basically from part 1 and part 2, it's been like a few months since Daniel's known Mr. Miyagi, and the mum was fine with him going to a country that she knows nothing about. And for how things turn out with people getting into fights and possibly dying, like Jesus, what was the mum thinking? She didn't even know this place. Like, okay, she trusts Mr. Miyagi, but she didn't really know where her son was going. So yeah, because at least with the Karate Kid, the 2010 one, like the mum was moving there, where I don't know, like Daniel's mum just lets him go with Mr. Miyagi to a country that he knows nothing about. Man, it's weird. Yeah. But yeah, like I still really enjoy the sequel though. I prefer, the Karate Kid 2010 over this movie, but overall my favorite one is the first movie. Like that's just a perfect movie. But yeah, it's definitely a good sequel, and also the new girlfriend in this movie, because we don't have Ali Mills in this one. We have Kimiko. Like I really like her. She's so friendly. And like their chemistry with like Daniel and Kimiko's chemistry is just like it's just so natural compared to I guess all of his other relationships, especially the one in the third one. It's just eh. Because I guess I liked the first movies, with Ali Mill. Then Kimiko is just it just feels like they should have stayed together, but unfortunately, I guess they don't. Yeah, because she doesn't want to leave her country by the end of the movie. So yeah, but you could tell that she really liked Daniel. But just to think that he could have been with her instead of the wife that he has in Cobra Kai, Amanda. I feel like I would have preferred that. I'm also not sure if she's going to return in Cobra Kai season 3. I know that one of the people are, which I guess I'll talk about him. So basically, Sato has like I guess a student of his called Trozen. I think he's going to be in Cobra Kai season 3. Basically, he's kind of like the replacement of Johnny in this movie, but more well. I was gonna say more brutal, but man, just the way how they filmed the first movie with how Daniel got bullied. Because yeah, it does get to a point where he actually wants to kill Daniel, like this guy in this movie, Chosen. But man, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but yeah, it's like I'm saying Chosen instead of Chosen, Chosen. But yeah, because it gets to a point where he's gonna try to stab Daniel, and at the end, it's basically Mortal Kombat. But yeah, man, this guy. It's because because basically Sato, his student is chosen, and Sato probably told about Mr. Miyagi, and he has no honor and stuff, and then he sees Daniel with him, so he's not gonna be kind with Daniel because he might be just like him or something, to be with someone like him, I guess, like Mr. Miyagi. But man, everything that happens, man, like them destroying Mr. Miyagi's farm and stuff, people's farms, like now that's not honor. Like what is that? Because Mr. Miyagi basically didn't want to kill his friend, and I guess he has no honor for doing that. Not finishing him off. To me, it's just the right thing to do. Well, to most people, that would be the right thing to do, but I guess in this place, like the rules are different. Yeah. So basically, I guess I'll jump to the part after Mr. Miyagi's father dies, and he says his goodbyes. Basically, after that, like Sato's plan was to, I guess, was he going to destroy the village or something and make it something else? And I guess Mr. Mega makes a deal with him to fight him so that doesn't happen. Well, he doesn't do it straight away. He gets pushed to like a boiling point where things are just like going too far. Because Mr. Miyagi didn't want to fight his old friend, but it just got to a point where he was getting forced. But then, because he's also because these people are also bothering Daniel, especially when he started to get to know Kimiko and they go out together. Oh yeah, that scene. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about that scene. When they go in the club, when Kimiko doesn't really want to go there, and then like you see this guy trying to break some ice, but he couldn't do it. So then he gets forced by one of basically chosen, one of Sato's people. He tells him to break the ice, but instead of like 3, it's like 6, and he bets on it as well. Then Mr. Miyagi comes and says, because Mr. Miyagi did teach Daniel a few other things in this movie as well, like that nail trick. That was a cool scene where he just hit it 2 times and then it just goes straight in, which kind of takes skill and focus. And he teaches Daniel this breathing technique, which must be really handy and helps him in the last fight, I guess. Well, does he really use it in the last fight, or does he just like kick Chosen's ass? But yeah, basically Daniel's able to break the ice, and yeah, that's just a cool scene every time when I first seen that. Yeah, and then Sato's just embarrassed because Chosen just basically embarrassed him by betting and losing the money and stuff. But yeah, basically I'll get to the point where Mr. Miyagi is forced to fight Chosen, but then like some storm happens and basically kind of because Mr. Miyagi wants to fight him because of he's planning to basically destroy the farms and everything and maybe build his own kind of thing. But then this storm happens and kind of destroys a lot of it anyway. And then there's a scene where this girl who wins the bell on the bell tower kind of gets in danger, and then Daniel goes to save her because he's that kind of person, a superhero. Well, a hero, not superhero, but to go in like a storm. But yeah, but then like they also help Chosen, and he's just like saying stuff that, wow, you're gonna save me, like you have no honor and stuff, like just, Jesus man, we're trying to save you, like why are you still talking about stuff like this right now in this storm? But like literally saving his life. And then Mr. Miyagi like chops off this thing that's that has him pinned down. And then like Chosen wants basically wants Sato to help the little girl who Daniel's trying to help, but then this is the moment where you see who has no honor at all, and that's Sato. Like he doesn't want to go back out there. He'd rather let a little girl die instead of trying to help her. Where Daniel's out there trying to save her life. But then Chosen goes out to help, and I guess that's the moment where Chosen becomes, well, it just feels well, he basically disowns his student Sato, and he's just really mad about that and wants revenge on Daniel at the end of the movie, which that doesn't really work out. But yeah, at this point, Chosen's kind of realized the error of his ways. He even helps fix the village when like in the aftermath, and since they can't really have a dance in their place anymore, like he kind of opens up the castle again, but forever, which I guess that was how it used to be. But thanks to Daniel, for convincing him, they kind of make that better now, and they have access to that again. But yeah, basically at the end when Kimiko's doing her dance, that's when Sato comes out of nowhere with a knife and just has a like have the knife to the throat. And then that's when Daniel has to step in and fight him to the death. Like Daniel even tries to do that kick move from the first movie, that iconic kick move, but it doesn't work. Then gets to a point where he has the advantage, and Daniel defeats him, even though like at times it looked like he wasn't going to make it. But it is the main character after all, and it gets to a point where Daniel could kill him, but he just does that nose thing that Mr. Miyagi did at the beginning with to John. Yeah. And that's how the movie ends, just like the first movie, where the fight's over, the end. No like after scene with characters, like it just ends. That's just the funny thing about these movies. Like once a fight's done, it just ends. It's just funny. Yeah, it's funny, man. Yeah, I enjoyed the sequel anyway. It's a good movie, and I can't wait to see how or who's gonna be in season 3 of Cobra Kai, because I haven't seen a trailer or anything. I'm just catching up with Cobra Kai now, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna go watch start season 2 now. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.